Hi, this is Alan Helston. I'm going to tell you how we built this O-gauge railroad. Starting with the carpentry, all of the train tables that the tracks run on are all built out of 2x4 construction, very sturdy. You can actually walk or get on top of this layout to work on stuff. We wanted it heavy duty and be where it would not, say the plywood not creep up or down or whatever. Very, very sturdy. The scenery is 2x4 plus some plywood formers and then screen wire. Then we do a wash coat of plaster of Paris. Then we did forms, rubber forms poured with plaster of Paris and then adhered to the wash coat. All of these little rock formations that you see are all made one at a time through rubber forms and then placed. The painting is just plain like wall paint. We watered it down so that it wouldn't be just glaring white or tan. It's all like a water wash on the plaster of Paris. It looks more realistic that way. You'll see what looks like concrete walls. I kind of formed that and used real life, the way we do the expressways here around the area, so that it would look realistic. That's how that was made, and then just painted with latex paint. Then after that, we added the trees, the bushes that we bought at just hobby stores and stuff, So nothing real elaborate there, didn't take a whole lot of time. Probably a good month and a half, 2 months to get the scenery in place. Then we did the track after the scenery. The track is Atlas 3-rail track, very sturdy and doesn't corrode. It's good stuff. So you might want to think about, if you're going to do a 3-rail layout, use Atlas is best. The connectors that the track is connected to each other with come with the track, as well as the power connectors with wires that drop through the layout and then are wired into the electrical system to give power to the track. After that, we just kind of did some touch up. We did some ballast work that looked so the track looks realistic. We made our own ballast out of caliche right here in Texas Hill Country. We just took it, ran it through a screen wire framework, filled up 5-gallon buckets with it, and then put it down with white glue. And then we also did a wash over with spray of water and carpenter grade glue. We just diluted it to where it was thin and then sprayed it over that, and that makes everything stay together. It's not just loose, blowing around the tracks. After that, of course, then the hard part, crawling under the layout, doing all the wiring. Still a problem today because I'm a lot older now than when we built it first. But so far we haven't had to go in under the layout and do any repair work or change anything around. We added some lighting and stuff like that, but we try to keep the major supply wire close to the aisle, so it's easy to reach under and just put snap connectors on the main trunk wires. So that's not a big deal. For control of the individual tracks, we used plain off and on toggle switches. Real simple. I go with the old saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and that seems to work better. You might want to always consider where you're going to have wiring, make it where you can get to it, okay? And the power is supplied by MTH Z4000 transformers. Very good, very powerful. and we never have a problem there with power. Everything works good. Switches, for track switches, they're Atlas electric switches, so you can control them with the toggle switches also. And after that, just did the river. We did some actual paint and clear coat over the top of that. I think that's pretty much all it was on that. The aisle is got sliding doors, so we can use it for storage underneath the layout. I guess after that, that's pretty much the construction part of this thing. We did add air conditioning because we're in South Texas and you have to have air conditioning in the summertime. Because of the smoke, we did put units in the ceiling that suck the train smoke out of here. Otherwise, your guests and your family, they'll be complaining to you all the time. Okay, can't breathe in here because of the smoke from the locomotives, the steam locomotives. But other than that, that just about covers just a thumbnail of what we got here. To get into more detail, it'd be like the actual vehicles. Most of the vehicles came from the manufacturers that are in Tennessee. We bought a lot of that from Diecast Direct. The other things like the people, that's all from Artista figures, O-gauge figures. They come painted, ready to set up on the layout. Dennis at Artista does probably the best work I've ever seen as far as the pewter figures are pre-painted and I get them ready to put in the layout. So the buildings some of them are scratch built, some of them are pre-built, ready to install, and just you'll be able to tell, or we'll do a walkthrough in a little while, and if I can think about it, I'll mention which ones are scratch built and which ones are pre-built. However, on the pre-built ones, especially the big depot, you'll see on the second tier, that one had to be completely redone. It came from MTH with a green building with a red roof, and of course we weren't going to stand for that. So we went in there and painted it like a real depot, including painting each individual little brick on their different colors, and then put a wet overcoat over that and wiped it with paper towels so it would look good. And that's about all of that. You'll be able to tell pretty much what is pre-built and which is scratch built. I'm hoping that the scratch built measures up to the pre-built though. So I guess with that, we'll kind of get into some of the individual walk around for detail, and my friend Thomas will do some close-up stuff so you can see how much detail is really in the figures, the cars, and the other projects here.